All right, everybody. Like I said, thanks for joining us. My name is Mike Ormsby. I'm the director of our Center for Student Success, and we're joined by really a wonderful group of people, and we're excited to have you hear from them tonight. Before we get into the formal part of our presentation, I'd like to introduce to you someone from another office on our campus, Victoria Sandoval, who'd like to say hello and talk just a brief moment about some of the projects they have going for our parents in the audience. Victoria, hi. How you doing?
Hi. Thanks, Mike. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to welcome you all to the UHart family, and for the parents joining us tonight, I just wanted to briefly introduce myself as your main point of contact for all things parent engagement. There are a lot of really fantastic ways to stay plugged in and to get involved, whether that's sharing your time as a volunteer for activities and events, or sharing your industry expertise with our Office of Career and Professional Development, or sharing resources, attending events, and connecting with fellow parents. We strongly believe that the variety of these types of parent engagement opportunities really allows our UHart parents and guardians to kind of create a unique and meaningful UHart experience of their very own. And we value our parents and guardians, and we know how important our partnership is in ensuring and enriching student success and the overall student experience. So I hope that all of you will take the time to explore the different types of engagement opportunities that we have for you and see what feels like a good fit for you. And the other thing to note is I hope that you'll read through the parent newsletters that you're going to start to receive this fall. Check out our parents' webpage online at hartford.edu. Look out for emails from me. And then, of course, feel free to email me directly at any time. I can be reached at parents@hartford.edu. And then with that, I'll just wrap by saying that I very much look forward to getting to know many of you over the next couple of years and maybe hearing from many of you soon. That would be terrific. I'm going to listen in on the session tonight. So thanks again, Mike, for letting me introduce myself.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Victoria. Appreciate it. So without further ado, we're going to get rolling on our informational part of the presentation. And so I'd like to introduce to you all the Executive Director of the Office of Student Engagement and Inclusion and a good friend of mine, Torshaya Anderson. Hi, Torshaya.
Hi, Mike. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Torshaya Anderson, Executive Director of the Office of Student Engagement and Inclusion. I've worked at the university. This summer will make 9 years at UHart, and I've served in several different capacities. I started in Res Life with Michael Ormsby 9 years ago, and from there I worked in a bunch of different offices. But my current role, as Mike stated, is the Executive Director of the Office of Student Engagement and Inclusion. This office is exciting for me, as it was a dream of mine. So this office is a compilation of several different offices coming together. Those offices being the Office of Student Activities and Greek Life, Multifunctional Programs, the Center for Community Service, the Student Government Association, and Student Centers and Administration. We merged these offices together because we really wanted to create a really comprehensive student experience at the University of Hartford. So within those individual engagement opportunities, students were missing out on a really full picture of all of the engagement opportunities that happen across campus. So together, we are excited to reach so many more students and weave in our foundational pillars, which are diversity, equity, inclusion, leadership development, and service excellence. By the time you leave the University of Hartford, we can say that in whatever engagement experience you partake in, you will be a defined leader, you would have participated in community service, and you're well-versed in diversity, equity, and inclusion. So that's just a little background of the office. we're going to move into introducing the team. I will start with virtually introducing Aaron Isaacs, who is our Dean of Students for the Division of Student Success. He's not here with us today, but this is his contact information and his picture, so you can get to know his face. He's a rather tall guy, so you can't miss him on campus. He's probably about 6'8". Amy Kopak, who is the administrative assistant, and she is a wonderful asset for the office. And I'll let the rest of the team introduce themselves.
Hi, Sue Fitzgerald. I am honored and humbled to be working with such a wonderful group of colleagues whom I admire and respect, and also students who have been my life for 35 years now. So welcome.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us here tonight. My name is Lanya Rojan Jackson. I'm the Director for Student Engagement and Inclusion, as well as a proud alumnus of this fine institution. Sue talked about her 35 years. I was a student under her mentorship, graduated in 1994. Happy to be here tonight. Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anthony Reed. I am the Assistant Director of Greek Life and Office of Student Engagement and Inclusion, and I have been at the University of Hartford for 2 years now.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Fallon, like Jimmy Fallon. I've been at the University of Hartford going on 5 years this November. I am the Assistant Director of Student Engagement here at the University of Hartford, so all the fun programs and ways to get engaged. You can see anyone in our office. If you have any ideas, you can bounce them off. Yep. Nice to see everyone.
Do you want me to take this one? Okay, hi again. So I've been, as I said, humbled and honored to work with students for many, many years, and I've been a SGA advisor for 20, I don't know, something years, a long time. But we do have over 100 clubs and organizations to meet all the needs of the students, and we always encourage students to get involved and connected, because if students get connected to the university, they're more likely to stay, right? And to continue to be really great students. So we encourage students to get involved and become part of some organization on campus. And if there's nothing that really meets the needs of your student or you, I'm not sure who's on right now, you can start a student club or organization. Which is pretty easy. But we just want you to feel like you belong and that you have something that will you can give to, and that something will give back to you. So, yep.
All right, hello everyone, it's me again. So we're currently changing over the name of our main campus program board, known as CAP, but by the time that you all arrive on campus, it will be known to you as the HEAT, known as the Hartford Events and Activities Team. We program a lot of weekend, late night programs, and even some programs during the daytime. On the slide, you can see just a few events that we have done. We'll collaborate with certain offices as well for a large-scale event, which is known as International Festival. Also hosting a lot of educational programs around like holidays and to celebrate different national heritage months as well. A few of our social programs include karaoke, open mic nights, Headphone Disco. The Heat Underground is which like late night small band concerts in what's known as the Hawks Nest in Spring Weekend, which is a large scale event where we get basically all students across campus and they can bring some friends for a safe weekend on campus just to like take a break during the spring semester. Some of our off-campus programs in the past have included the Yard Goats baseball game. We have a minor league baseball team right in the center of Hartford, and we'll also take students to the Big E. Unfortunately, this year they canceled that, so we'll find some other fun stuff to fill that with. Even including some nice crafting programs such as melted crayons, where you'll melt the crayons on the canvases, and paint nights.
Thank you, Fallon. So I'm going to talk a little bit about commuter services. It's important that as a commuter, if you're a commuter student, I don't know if we have any commuter students online with us today, but it's important that commuters feel connected to campus. Throughout my time, I've learned that, you know, someone can be commuting 10 minutes away from campus or an hour and a half away from campus. So it's important that we have resources for commuters so that they feel supported and welcome and connected to their peers and have an outlet to have fun on campus as well. So one of the big things that we have is the Commuter Student Association, which is an e-board of about 10 students who plan events for commuter students as well as advocate for commuter students' needs on campus. We also have a commuter lounge for commuter students to hang out in between classes. In the lounge, we have a refrigerator for you to put your food. We have a microwave. We have a Keurig machine, video games, TV, computers. So it's just a space really that you can hang out and relax in between classes, and you don't have to worry about, you know, driving home or, you know, finding a place to be in between classes. We also, through our dining services, commuter students, you know, depending on your commute, some people may not want to leave campus to get a meal or may not want to pack a meal to bring to campus with them. So there are commuter-specific meal plans that you can purchase through our dining services office. Also, the university works pretty closely with CT Transit. We have I believe the fast track that comes right to the front of campus. So if you want to take the fast track, you can get to pretty much anywhere in the state with the fast track. And CT Transit is really good at if there's a place that we want to figure out where that we want students to be able to get to, they'll route it out for us. So we have a wonderful relationship with them. If you want to know more information about being a commuter on campus, we have a commuter orientation session scheduled on July 16th at 8 p.m. So if you want more information, you'll be able to meet the assistant director that works directly with commuter students on campus, and her name is Lisa Kotek. Also, one of the foundational pillars that I mentioned earlier is service excellence. So we pride ourselves on providing opportunities for students to serve their community, whether it be the greater Hartford community or the extended community through programs like Alternative Spring Break. So that leads me into some of our traditional bigger events that happen on campus. Our Alternative Spring Break happens annually at the university where we take students, typically between 35 and 40 students out of the state to complete service somewhere else. So the furthest we've been was Texas. We've been to Florida. We've been to New Orleans twice. We've been to Tennessee. I've personally been to New Orleans, and I've been to Tennessee in the Great Smoky Mountains, where we do all kinds of service work, whether that's working with Habitat for Humanity, building houses, or in Tennessee specifically, we did more environmental work. In New Orleans, both times, we helped rebuild after Hurricane Katrina. So Alternative Spring Break is a fabulous trip that you can take. You can apply to go with the office every year during spring break. We also have Angel Tree, which is a traditional event that happens through the office every year, where we work with two local nonprofits, South Park Inn and the Village for Families and Children, where they give us items that the people that are at their agencies would need during the holiday season, and our community, students, faculty, and staff alike commit to purchasing those items for those individuals. And typically, we end up donating over 300 gifts to both agencies. So it's another wonderful service opportunity. Helping Hawks is our annual day of service where, again, faculty, staff, students, and alum come back and do service in the local area. We typically work with about 20 to 25 nonprofits that day, and then we bus students to different service sites, and they work with the agency for the day. After they come back, we normally have a barbecue, and we just talk about the experiences that they had. Another one of our service events is Hawks Vote, which happens every four years. So this year, when you come onto campus, you'll be able to participate in Hawks Vote. And what we do is we make sure that students both on and off campus know their rights as voters. So whether you want to fill out an absentee ballot and register in your state, or if you live on campus and want to register to vote in either West Hartford or Hartford as first-year students, depending on where you live. If you live in A or C neighborhoods, you would vote in West Hartford. If you live anywhere else on campus, you would vote in Hartford. We would get you registered to vote, and then on election day, we would get you transportation to the voting sites if you choose to register in either of those towns. As a commuter student, I would say if you live in anywhere, it's a misconception, wherever you lay your head, 80% of the time is where you can vote. So even as a commuter student, if you want to register in Bloomfield, if that's where you live, if you want to register in West Hartford, wherever you live, that's where you can vote. So we help walk you through that process. We also have a community service van. So it's important to us, if we're touting, service, it's important for us to get you to your service sites. So we have a van that you can request to use. We have an online form. You'll request to use the van, and we have van drivers who are students like you who take you to your different service sites. So that's a little bit about service. We do a lot more, but I don't want to be too long.
Hi again. So I'm going to talk to you about our diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives that are happening on campus and that you can participate in. So within the office, we run a variety of programs that students can participate in. Our book fund is an initiative that's been around for a long time. So the book fund started back in 1993, where students recognizing that the cost of books were so expensive that we started a book exchange. And I said we because I was a part of that, dating myself. But anywho, the book fund continues to grow each year with the BSU, which is Brothers and Sisters United, which is one of our identity groups on campus. Each year they hold a fashion show that garners quite a bit of funds that supports this, the book fund. The fashion show is a huge undertaking. Students start to, the process for the fashion show starts in October. As soon as students come to campus with tryouts, they have heels workshops, and it's very competitive. and the fashion show is held in February. And it went from being held in small spaces like GSU to now is a full-on event in Lincoln Theater. Anyone can participate in the getting a book through the book fund. So you apply through our office, and we will purchase your most expensive book for the semester. The caveat is that you return the book at the end of the semester. Because of the changes with textbooks, we also will get a code if that is what you need for your class. The Hartford Scholars Program is also a program that I was a part of. Okay. First class, the inaugural class of Hartford Scholars. This is a reduced tuition program for Hartford residents, and you must be a graduate of a Hartford Public High School or an open choice high school to participate in this program. Hartford Promise is also another scholarship that is offered to Hartford residents. We partner with Hartford Promise to support students to be successful at Hartford through this scholarship. Helping Hawks Service Scholars, another scholarship for students who are interested in being really focusing on service and scholarships. As you can see, we are very much invested in student success, and we put our money where our mouth is. Our identity organizations are organizations that are under the SGA umbrella. These groups are as the word identity, are based on culture and heritage identity. And we have about 18 organizations currently on campus, and they continue to grow each year. If there is an organization that you would like to start, if it's not on campus, you have that opportunity to do so. We have scholarships, also more scholarships available as a retention tool to keep students at the university. They're not large scholarships, but they help to offset some of the gaps that our students might experience. STRIDE, and I'm not going to remember what that stands for, but it ends with excellence. We have currently, this is a program for the last 2 years, has been dedicated to supporting Black and Latinx males at the university. And we are proud to announce that this year we will have a cohort specifically supporting female, Latinx, and Black students, as well as a STEM cohort. So students who are in the science areas will also have a program supporting them through the STRIDE program.
Hello, everyone. So Greek life at the University of Hartford, we have 6 sororities and 7 fraternities. If you are interested in joining Greek life, you do have to wait until your second semester of your first year. That's just because we do require students to have a 2.5 and at least 12 credits to join Greek life. We have about 400 students who are part of the Greek life community. It's an exciting time for our Greek life community because we are kind of expanding currently and looking for new organizations to join. Within our kind of Greek life system, our students do go through accreditation. So with that, they kind of enhance their skills to help build their chapters. And we have chapter leadership development. Just being part of a Greek life chapter, you gain a lot of leadership skills by kind of running your own small business, if you say. So that's just kind of a quick recap about Greek life at the University of Hartford.
I think that rounds out the presentation. So we're going to give a few minutes for questions. Unless Tertiary, anything extra to add?
Can you hear me?
So,
I'm sorry.
yes, yeah.
So I hope you all understand, listening to my colleagues who are amazing, right, that we care about each and every one of our students, and we try very, very hard to guide them and help them to achieve and try to make their experience the best it can be. And when I tell you that is absolutely the case among all of us, I mean it. So that's really, really important to us.
Thanks, Sue. So we'll give it, a few more minutes to see if anybody posts any questions. But in the meantime, let's see. Whoops. Sue, there was a question that was posted about Student Government Association. Can you talk a little bit more about, like what their role is on campus and, how students might be able to use them?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So I look at the Student Government Association as being kind of the voice of the students. They are a group of students who really work hard to carry out what they think are the important things at the university and to direct administration to kind of do the right thing. So they are definitely leaders on campus. We encourage leadership, and anybody can run. I mean, it's an open organization, but I think that you would find the Student Government Association to be not only a valid and sustaining organization, but one who they're smart and they're committed and they're passionate about the university and making sure that the administration stays on an even and fair course. If that answers your question, that's great. If you have something else, let me know.
Yeah. We also have a question about service opportunities. So the question is, what happens with service opportunities during COVID precautions? And so I don't know if there's anything defined similar to many other question marks that we have at the moment, but is anybody willing to speak to that at the moment?
Yeah, a lot of so currently we're building out contingencies for some of our larger events due to COVID. A lot of our larger events, we're really going to have to look at how they operate. This year, helping talks happen during COVID. We were all home working remotely, and we were able to do helping talks virtually. So we will definitely be as creative as we can with all of our activities and programs and service initiatives. When it comes to working directly with nonprofit agencies, we have a lot of students that work out in the community, but we're gonna also have to take the lead of the nonprofits in the local area on like what guidelines they're following, what safety precautions they're following as well. But we're definitely thinking creatively to make sure that we still have impactful service initiatives for students. We just may not be able to do them how we've done them in the past.
I just want to add, Torcia, that's absolutely right. And what I want to say is the most important thing is the safety of our students. And so we're going to have to just really look at that piece and follow the lead of, the state and what we need to do. Yep.
Yeah, and it's something that all of our offices are looking on campus. I mean, I know probably many of you, and I've had conversations in the past days, pretty much every day, thinking differently, and it's kind of in some ways a creative challenge to say, you know, getting out of the mindset of how we've always done it and, you know, looking at what do we want to accomplish, and given the circumstances that we're in, how can we still try and accomplish the same things, but doing it in a different way. So yeah, the challenges never stop. They never stop. So I think that's run out of questions. So I guess very informative, and I think all the questions were already tackled. So thank you all for your time tonight, and you know, I appreciate all the time that our attendees invested, and thanks everybody for being here.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you. Thanks everybody for coming.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good night. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. I look forward to meeting you all.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.